Hello everyone, good day. Welcome to the AB Suite 9.0 Windows Runtime new feature video. My name is Mohit Rashliwal. I work as Senior Engineer with AB Suite Windows Runtime team. In this video, I will take you through new features developed for AB Suite 9.0. Here is the agenda. We will start with getting an overview of high availability architecture for Windows Runtime. Later on, we will see how we can achieve application high availability for an AB Suite application using Network Load Balancer. And then we will talk about how to scale out an AB Suite application horizontally. Let's move to our topic, high availability architecture for Windows Runtime. Before coming to the actual architecture of high availability for Windows Runtime, let's get a brief introduction about these two technologies we have used to implement high availability feature for Windows Runtime. First is Network Load Balancing, abbreviated as NLB. This is a Windows feature that distributes network traffic among multiple servers or virtual machines within a cluster. This helps in avoiding overloading to any one host and hence improve performance. The second one is SQL Server Always On. Always On is a high availability and disaster recovery solution provided by SQL Server. This improves high availability of our database servers and also helps to protect data for our mission critical applications. This is how the high availability architecture for Windows Runtime looks like. To achieve high availability, we have set up a distributed environment where we have created two clusters, one for network load balancer to achieve the application high availability and other for the SQL always on to achieve the database high availability. Let's first look at the cluster named INPLR ABS 9 Win NLB, which is created for network load balancer. We also have two machines named INPLR MVM 3306 and INPLR MVM 3300, which are added to this NLB cluster. These VMs have AB Suite runtime installed, so these are our AB Suite application servers. We have deployed same version of application on both the servers. Now let's understand how we achieve application high availability for AB Suite using network load balancer. When an end user sends connection request to our application, network load balancer would route the request to one of the runtime servers. To which runtime server the request would go depends on the priority and load weight factors defined by the NLB administrator. In case of any failure on a runtime server, the request can be redirected to another runtime server automatically by NLB. This makes one of the server always available to serve the client requests. We also have taken the advantage of network load balancing to deploy new versions of AB Suite application while the application is in use. To achieve this, we take one of the runtime servers offline from the network load balancer after ensuring no user sessions are connected to this runtime server. Then, after successful upgrading to new version of our application, we can bring back this server online for NLB to serve new requests coming from the clients. We will talk more about NLB and how we have leveraged it for AB Suite application in more detail in our next section. Let's now look at another cluster created for SQL Always On. For database high availability, we have used Always On Availability Group, which is a new high availability and a disaster recovery feature in SQL Server that combines the best of failover clustering and database mirroring. In this setup, we have three database servers, namely INPLR MVM 108, 109, and 110. We have installed standalone SQL Server on all these three servers. Then we have created an availability group and joined all these three servers as availability replicas. Since one availability group can only have one primary replica and up to 8 secondary replicas, so in our setup, one of them would be primary replica and other two would be secondary replicas. SQL Server Always On allows you to create a group of databases which fail over together as a unit from one replica or instance of SQL Server to another replica or instance of SQL Server in the same availability group. So in this setup, we have added our runtime databases as availability databases to this availability group. Each availability group that we create allows us to create one availability group listener, which is nothing but a virtual network name to be used by the clients to connect to the availability group. In this setup, our runtime servers connect to these database servers through availability group listener named INPLR ABS AGL4. We will discuss more about this setup and AB Suite features related to database high availability in a separate video. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you find it informative.